Alright, welcome back, guys. This will be review of Chapter 10 specifically. We just did the Chapter 9, so look for that video separately. So in Chapter 10, were we G or K practice forms? Anybody? You? G? Questions on 10.1. Ooh, so make sure you can borrow my construction tools if you need. Forgot to make sure I pointed that out. So if you need to borrow protractor, compass, whatever, just let me know. Make sure that you watch the videos to understand how we actually do this. On the Chapter 10 Mastery, I'm going to want to see the markings for how you got it. So you can't just be like, well, I don't need to use a compass. I'll just measure it and hope he doesn't catch me. Like, I'm going to want to see the compass markings of how you figured these things out, how you actually got it. That I'm going to ask you to meet with me and show me how you did it. So please make sure you understand how to actually construct these using just straight edge, not ruler, straight edge, compass, protractor. I don't even think we really use protractors. It's really just straight edge and compass. So any questions on these? Anybody having issues with constructing them? If you haven't gotten here yet, it's okay. Let me know as you get to it and you need help. Back of. We might as well make this easier. Let's do questions by request, because I have a feeling that some of us are slightly behind. Any of 10.1, 10.2, 10.3. Anything giving you struggles from those first three sections there? Ten, 4, and 5. 10.4 is biconditionals and definitions. What's bi mean? Dos. So biconditional has 2. And 5 was our deductive reasoning. Ooh, this seems pretty natural to us. Our brains are good with deductive reasoning. And you know the difference between deductive and inductive? I'm going to leave that question out there then. By the way, some of you guys, I forget what chapter test it was, but there's a question, and I'll just give this away for those of you who haven't taken it yet. There's a question about tree heights and number of branches. Now, some of you had really good arguments to justify that you don't think they relate to each other.
They don't, because there could be like 500 tiny little branches and like 3 huge ones, and the big tree's going to have like it doesn't matter.
Okay, but if we look at what the problem is actually trying to get at, it's not saying a bigger tree has to have more branches. It's saying as a tree gets taller, will it have more branches? What does height of a tree directly relate to? Why does a tree get taller?
Because its trunk is taller.
Well, but why? Because it's growing, right? As the tree grows, it does what?
Can you give us a point back on this? You got it wrong.
I mean, you can correct it and turn it back in. But I didn't actually take points on, if you wrote a justification of why you said it was not related, and it made sense, I let it go, because if you said, like, somebody had a really good justification that palm trees can be really tall, yet they don't have very many branches, or redwoods can be really tall and don't have very many branches, as opposed to a pine tree could be short but could have a lot of branches. That's a good justification. It wasn't what the question was actually asking, but that's okay, because you interpreted it differently. So I gave people the points on that. I just wanted to make clear, it's talking about a tree. If we graphed a tree as it got taller, would it have more branches? Yeah, it should. As trees grow, they get taller and they generate more branches. They keep generating branches from the top. There are trees, somebody pointed this out, like conifers or things like that, like pine trees. Once you break a branch off a pine tree, that will never grow back. It is broken off forever. If you break a branch off like a different type of tree, like a maple or an elm or something like that, it will try to repair itself. It will grow a new branch. Maybe not there, but it will grow a new branch somewhere else because you broke it off. So trees actually think. They I don't want to say they have a consciousness, but they react to what's going on. Alright, I take it there's probably nothing from deductive reasoning. Trying to just have a discussion about reasoning.
I looked it up.
What?
I looked up.
Deductive versus inductive?
Yeah.
You want to drop some knowledge on us?
No.
Okay.
Wait, is deductive taking away inductive?
I'm not going to spoon feed it to you. 10-6. Reasoning and algebra geometry. This is the really intro to proof writing, which do not let anybody's preconceived notions about proofs scare you. Proofs make sense. It is being explicit about the math that you're doing. So all that a proof is writing out either what you did with the y already provided, or the y you did with the what already provided. So this is the what already provided, and you're providing the y's. Eventually, you'll be filling in both columns. You'll be doing the entire solution process and writing out all of the y's. So what we're looking at is from this step to that step, what happened? Well, I merged my x values with each other. What was that? Well, I could put in right here, combining like terms. Right here, what did I do? I got rid of the 12. Still, that's combining like terms, but since I had to do it through subtraction on both sides, subtraction property of equality. Or you could actually say addition property of equality, because I added a negative. So this could really be addition property of equality. Then we multiply both sides by 100, multiplication property of equality. And then we divide it by 225, division property of equality. If I do it on both sides, it's a property of equality. Yeah.
Like when I write the y's, can I abbreviate the addition?
Yeah.
Property? Okay.
So you could say div prop of EQ.
Yeah, that's what I did.
Yeah. That's exactly. Don't make it DPO
No,
give me
yeah.
But some people will try to acronym it, and they're like, what? Give me a key or something. I need to know.
Hard to write out addition.
No. So you could write add prop of EQ. 10-6. Any other questions on algebra geometry? And this is why any of your friends from other states or anything, you can defend the Common Core. This is why we chose the integrated pathway in Worthington, so that you get algebra and geometry at the same time. There's a much better pencil sharpener over in the other room. It's electric. If you want to go pop into Ron's class. Yeah, it's just up against the far wall to the left of that big cabinet.
I'm gonna go sharpen mine.
It's literally the best pencil sharpener ever.
Wait, where is it?
Up to the left of the cabinet. Far wall. Look in there. To the left of that big wood cabinet. And 10-7. Proving congruent angles. Got those nice vertical angle theorems. We've got alternate interior angle theorems, alternate exterior angle theorem. All these different ways that we relate angles to each other. Any questions from 10-7? This is the intro to working with sets of parallel lines. So we would have another line parallel to our transversal and have another batch of 8 angles and see how they all work together.
That is a great pencil.
Right? And it's got a light to tell you when it's done.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, your pencil is sharpening. I find joy in simple things, okay, guys? All right. Any questions from chapters 9 or 10? All right, well, although this video is quite lame, those of you at home who missed class, that's what happened. So if you have questions, comments, or concerns, text me, email me, call me, message me on Schoology, whatever you got to do. Get a hold of me. I will help you. Again, no office hours this Friday or next week at all. The week of 4th of July, we are off. We will be back office hours on July 10. So we have office hours the 28th and the 29th, and then we do not have office hours again until July 10. That is also, let's not look there. I'll freeze the screen for you guys and pause this. So if you look at our calendar, this is on here. So no office hours here on the 30th. You go to the next month for July. No office hours this whole week. So, and then I specifically put no face-to-face class because if you had it as like a recurring reminder or something. So, but no office hours at all. And then we'll be back on the 10th. Questions? Alright, so I will now, I'm going to stop the video here in a second, but I will now go back to anything else anybody wants. And we'll continue to do that whole group, and then we'll break up and just do one-on-one, whatever stuff. So I'm going to stop the chapter 10 video and then come back.